They're trying to get us all to fight with each other all the time. This divide and conquer shit, right? Like, you remember when everybody was getting mad at gay pride parades? People got so mad, they decided to start a straight parade. You know what straight parades sound like to me? Gay as fuck.
Sam Tripoli is on the Adam Carolla Show.
Sam's got a podcast. Sam's got dates. Sam is all over the place. And if you go to Sam Tripoli, spelled pretty much phonetically, right?
Yeah.
SamTripoli.com, you can find out about all that stuff. Is that correct?
Yeah, didn't change my name up. Sometimes I wish I would and come up with a cool stage name, but went with my dad's name, which is my name.
Oh, yeah. You know what I was talking about the other day? You can tell a lot about your family by their sort of ambivalence to stuff, you know? And I realized I had two instances with my family. My dad, who was just sort of, you know, he's like a Labrador, which is, you know, nice, but he ain't doing anything for you. He's just going to hang out. Right. You know what I mean? And I said to him once, I go, I don't have a middle name. What is that? I mean, why no middle name? Now, I know what it is. It's effort. Like the people that give their kids 5 middle names, I always get pissed off, but it's because they love the shit out of them, or at least they did when they were born. But I said to my dad, I go, why no middle name? And he goes, I don't know. It just means like, I don't know. You wouldn't name you wouldn't name your neighbor's kid. You wouldn't give him a middle name. Well, why? He didn't care, you know? And then he goes, I don't know. You should ask your mom. And I asked my mom, and she goes, I don't know. Ask your dad. I go, okay, neither one of you know because you're just like, you know, who cares? But my dad, I realized I got his brother, Ralph, when he died, he left behind like a Purple Heart or some accommodation from the war. And my dad gave it to me. And I looked at it and it said Ralph Carolla. And I said, your brother went by Carolla? Yeah. And you go by Carolla? And he goes, yeah. I go, well, why did your brother go by a different last name? And he goes, I don't know. I was like, oh, you never... These are things normal people would like ask and have answers for. And I realized it's not that he's not like inquisitive. It's like he's such the opposite of family that is like, I don't know. Why would you fucking ask that bum if he has a recipe for gazpacho? Like, I don't know. I'm not talking to him. Why would you talk to him? Like, but that's his brother. His brother goes by a different last name.
So crazy.
And I'm like, well, what is it? Is it Carolla? Is it Carolla? And he's like, I don't know why Ralph did that. Maybe it was.
But was it Carolla and Ralph just changed it?
Now
no one, don't ask me.
What was your grandpa's name?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he was a...
was it Carolex?
He was a Jocko.
What?
Yeah, Jocko Carolla. That's a pretty good one. But he's an Italian
you don't hear that
guy.
name ever, Jocko?
Jocko Carolla. Well, like,
that's a nice
name, sort of
though.
Italian Jack or...
Yeah.
He died when my dad was like 18 or 19 or something.
Oh,
so
really?
I never met that guy.
My brother, I got 2 middle names. My brother got no middle name.
What?
And he's affected by it.
Oh, well, who are you talking to?
Yeah, he got so angry to the point he changed his name totally to my mother's maiden name and his nickname. That's my brother.
Okay. Well, is he pissed? See, I take it as a sign. Well, okay, I'll put it to you this way. For me, it's very consistent in their behavior or with their behavior, and that if they had, saved college money for me or bought me a car on my 16th birthday or something, I'd go, well, they're caring, loving, concerned people. But for them, it's total consistency. They didn't care then. They didn't really care later. So it makes sense. But your family, you got 2 and he got none.
None.
But is your brother pissed because it's sort of a metaphor for being sort of apathetic about him?
No. My brother was treated way better. My brother was the #1 high school bowler in New York State. And where I'm from,
really?
that means something.
Wow. Number one.
Yeah, my brother could bowl 300s with both hands.
Really?
Yeah, he could get perfect game, both hands.
Really? Wow.
At a very young age, my brother was the chosen one.
Wow.
And he's more hung than I am, and he's younger, which is devastating.
So who needs a nickname?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll take the bigger dick and no nickname over two nicknames and a smaller dick.
Well, these aren't nicknames. These are middle names, right?
Names, yeah.
Yeah, the only good part of my saga is I gave myself a middle name.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Which is I just wrote in Lakers one day when I was at the DMV when I was like 22.
Your
Lakers
middle name is Lakers?
It's on my driver's license.
That's the best thing I've ever heard in
It's
my
on
life.
every fucking official document I have.
Hey,
Everything
you
I have.
snuck it in through the DMV?
Go get my phone.
That's weird, man.
Somebody get my phone. I will
I
show you
believe
this.
but damn.
The great news is I am going to the Lakers game tonight, and every time I go to the Lakers game, this Jay Moore gets me in. Jeannie Buss just walks over, and I just pull that license out, and I go, I want a free beer, bitch.
That's
I
awesome,
want a fucking
dude.
hot dog on a stick.
That's awesome.
Well, the awesome part is if you don't have a middle name, there's just a blank square when you're doing paperwork, and then you just write in whatever you want. But you
My
can't-
daughters have cool middle names.
Do they want to?
Yeah, Ninja, Ghost, and Ninja.
That's cool.
Ghost and
That's so
Ninja.
strange.
Yeah.
Really?
They're known on the internet by their middle names.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want scumbags knowing their real name. Because there's so many just autistic momos out there that will go after them. So they're known as from their middle names.
But their middle name, that's what it says on the birth
Oh,
certificate.
yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun having a fun dad.
I guarantee you at some point they will go by their middle names. Because guys will love that. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm Ghost Tripoli. You're like, well, what's your real name? No, that's my legal name.
Listen,
Given
they're
to me by
right.
my parents.
You're right, but you don't want to go like full Frank Zappa. You know,
That's
because then you get
moon-based?
named Moon Unit
Yeah.
and Dweezil and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
no, I don't mind Ninja Warrior,
yeah.
Cash Widecock or something
yeah,
good,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But I don't want to be Dweezil
Yeah, 100%.
or Moon Unit.
Dweezil, dude. Imagine naming your kid Dweezil. Like, I just want him to get the shit kicked out of him forever.
Yeah. All right, I will pass that to you so you can verify.
There it is, dude. There it is.
There it is. There it is.
My parents named me after Santa Claus.
What?
Yeah, Nicholas is my middle name. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I felt like weird hiding that from you. I was born the day before Christmas. Now I'm stuck with Saint Nick.
I'll tell you the guy we should all be
It wasn't
Jealous
Mayhem.
of.
They didn't
Yeah,
give you
no.
Mayhem because that's
Got
the
that much
greatest
later.
name.
Yeah.
the guy we should be we should all sorry, I just turned my phone on. We should all say this about our dads when they pass, which is I'd heard that Tucker Carlson's dad passed like last week or something like that, right? Yeah, but you know, at a certain point you're old enough, they're old enough, you know, like I get it.
That's my goal.
Yeah, to
Get to that time where they're good and then wrap it up.
wrap it up. Yeah.
I don't want them wiping my butt. That is one of my goals in life.
Yeah. So I just shot him a note. I just said, hey, I heard your dad pass. Sorry about that. You know, nothing. Just short, stay strong. You know,
Yeah.
thinking about you.
Guy shit.
Guy shit. And he writes back, thanks a million, Adam. And our family, he was everyone's hero. And he was fully himself to the minute he died. Never degraded or fundamentally diminished. That was the greatest blessing. I feel weirdly okay about it, actually. I knew him so well, and our relationship was so happy and uncomplicated that mostly I feel gratitude. Not a word left unsaid. And I just wrote back, I fucking hope my son says that about me when I die. I don't know, how are you doing better
That
than
is a
that?
new goal for me.
How? Not a word left unsaid.
You send the most basic thing, and he sent you the greatest thing.
I'm like,
No,
that's
no,
the way
I'm
you
fine
felt
with
about
it.
your dad. Yeah, I know. That's the great. What a feeling that must be. Like, he was the greatest guy. He was a hero. We didn't leave anything on the table. It was always discussed, and I feel blessed. I mean,
What a blessing. I think
Jesus Christ.
every dad that is in their kid's life want their children to say that for them, about them at the end.
well, and here's the caveat. You're going to have to earn it.
No, 100%.
You can't just be with your new girlfriend in Florida
Right.
all fucking year, never calling your kids on their birthday. Like you have to fucking earn it. You gotta take them out to a dinner. You gotta spend some time with them. You gotta have some
give
discussion.
them
Give them a
the
cool
lessons
middle
of
name.
life.
Give them lessons of life. Like you gotta earn it. You want
dude.
that? You gotta earn it.
So my daughter now loves to play PS5, and I don't know if you've seen the games that kids play now. They're the most retarded shit you'll ever see in your life. It is. If it's dumbing down, it's dumbing down. But my daughter likes playing it. But, she's this generation that, because they can't go out and play. Dude, the children on my kids' block, they just turned 5.
Okay.
The children on my block are like the kids under the stairs. You see them, you're like, did I just see a kid? Can we play together? But they don't do it, right? So they've been playing on pads inside. And so I got her a PS5. I got me a PS5 that she could play. And so, but when it gets difficult, she wants to give up the game. So I gave her this Newt Rockne speech about how she's a Tripoli, because my dad gave me this. You're Tripoli, we don't quit, you power. And it's a 10-minute speech I gave this 5-year-old. I've been waiting to give this speech forever. And then after I was done, she went back and played, and I felt so good about myself. I walked into my kitchen, I saw my girlfriend, I go, did you hear the speech? She goes, she's 5 years old.
Yeah. Women don't like speeches, and they don't like motivational speeches, I've realized. But I gave the same speech to my daughter. I was like, listen, you're a Carolla or Carollo. It's not really been settled. Let's just table that for a second.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting it. Oh, you don't know who Newt Rockne is? How about the Gipper?
You don't know anything.
All right, well, let me just kind of regroup. I'll be back. I'll be back. And let me see if I can get the name down here.
Yep.
Newt Gipper, the ultimate coach.
Let me give you the Newt Gipper speech.
Yeah, I've realized my son's turning 19, and I'm trying to find something for him, like stuff he could be good at, stuff he could get paid for. It's also funny. These kids don't have to do anything now.
They don't. They they don't.
People go, oh yeah, because you're rich guys, so your kids. Poor people don't need to do anything. Evidently, no one needs to do anything anymore. Everyone's just kind of,
Dude, my buddy's like, he can't get anyone to work. He goes, these kids don't want. He runs lifeguarding in Vegas, and my friend Mike B was telling me, he's like, I can't get it. I can't hire anybody. Nobody will do the jobs. And when I was a kid, this was like the greatest job you could get. I can't get any kids to do these jobs.
No, nobody wants to do anything anymore, and somehow aren't compelled. Like, you go, don't you need money? It's like, I got Apple Pay. It's like, I'm telling you what it is. It's air conditioning, big screen TVs, and edibles. Yep. Between those three.
Nobody's doing shit.
And Grubhub, everyone's just like, fuck it, man.
I don't need to leave the house.
I've talked to young people who used to work here, and I'd be like, you're a dude. Yeah. You're dirty. Yeah. What's the plan? They go, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I go, you kind of want to career-wise, do stuff. They go,
don't you want Chief?
The Taste of Encinos this weekend. We're going out to that. Oh. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm talking about career shit. And they're like, I said to one of them, I go, listen, you got air, you got a big TV, and you got pot. He's like, yep. And I'm like, that's kind of all you need, right? He goes, that's about it. And I go, you don't even fucking need a car, right? You just Uber and whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm like, oh, okay. We had a little fire in our belly because there was a fucking fiery orb outside called the sun, and we didn't have air conditioning. And I was like, I don't want to live in this cool hand Luke sweat
We were
box.
the last generation of that, the Gen X guys.
We were so miserable that we had to do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no misery index
There's
anymore.
None. They got everything they ever want, and it's to the point now they don't even want to date anymore.
Yeah. They got too much plastic circulating in their brain.
Yeah.
And they're starting to lactate, right? And they're just like,
yeah.
And it's weird.
What the answer is.
I don't know. It's another thing that's weird too is you talk to dudes. Like I do this with my nephews and stuff. They're like 18 or whatever. And you go, hey man, what do you want to do? And they go, I don't know. They go, what do you like? And they go, I like eating out. And I go, I know, no, but stuff like, what's your passion, I don't know. It's like, well, what do you like? I like watching video games. I'm like, I know. I'm talking about fucking and fighting and building shit and rebuilding engines and fucking rolling on a mat with somebody, like that stuff. They're like,
nothing.
and the dudes are detuned. Society has fucking tuned them. It's like somebody took their soup and dumped a sack of flour into it, and they're all just. Yeah. Someone told them that they were toxic and masculine, and they shouldn't be wrestling, and they shouldn't be asserting themselves, and they shouldn't get boners, and they shouldn't fuck, and they shouldn't fight, and all this stuff. And we got a bunch of guys who are just like, blah. And you're like, and you say to them weird shit, like you go like, you know, let's go out. Let's go to one of these sports car racing schools or something. Go do some hot laps at Willow Springs. And they're like, well, this Saturday's not good for me. It's like, you don't want to fucking you don't want to do some hot laps in the car? It's weird. I think society took dudes and they kind of demoralized them. And now they're
100%.
They're just apathetic now. They're just like, I don't. You want to go on a date? I don't want to get in trouble. I just beat off.
The Me Too's done so much damage.
I want to fuck. I don't know what the rules are. I don't even want to try anymore.
It's the Me Too movement.
I got porn on my phone anyway, so I'm good.
And women are feeling it now too, because you hear women talk about at work, no one deals with them. Men don't want to, partner up with them on projects because they're so worried about being Me Too'd now.
Oh, well, okay, we are living in the realm of unintended consequences. That's all we do. We go, we got to defund the police. All right, let's defund the police. Oh, fuck, they're breaking into every CVS and every house and every politician that wanted to get the cops defunded. They just broke into their house. Good, but unintended consequences.
Yeah.
We need, all right, and that same with DEI shit. Like, well, we need to be integrated. We need more black people. Well, once there's enough racial discrimination lawsuits, then companies or small businesses don't want to hire black people because they can't fire them, because if they fire them for being a shitty employee, they're going to get sued and they're going to have to fucking settle up, even though it had nothing to do with the color of their skin. And it's the same with women. Like, oh, we're going to hire women and black people, and then what? Get sued every time we try to fire one of them?
Yep.
So you just go, I don't want the hassle. And it's an unintended consequence.
Or it's the intended consequence from the makers of mankind, the masters of mankind, to get us so everybody's siloed. Mm-hmm. And we're not interacting with each other, which is not how society runs. We all must interact with each other.
I totally agree. All right. What was the story I had about men? I was looking down on my page here, being sort of disenfranchised, but we're not. I scream it every day. Like, please do not neuter men. Just don't do it. You'll fuck your society up. You need guys.
You need men. You need driven men to create.
Mm-hmm. Right. All right, you got some news there?
I do have some news. I hope you paid your taxes already, because California's high-speed rail project needs to secure $7 billion by the summer of 2026.
Look at that, dude.
Here's a little piece of the track from Merced to Bakersfield and back. California's embattled high-speed rail project needs a lot more money, and it needs it soon.
Can you find... Hold on one sec.
Yeah.
In the booth, can you find Gavin Newsom talking to Bill Maher about this? Because it's pretty fucking good.
Unbelievable. Bill Maher, who is consistently on his podcast bitching about the state of California, asking the guy literally the cause of destroying California to run for president. Why do you want to do that, dude? Like, do you just get a call from somebody like, hey, dude, you need to push this or we're going to take your show? I don't get it. I mean, you go back to interviews with him, Gavin Newsom, when he was mayor of San Francisco. He's still, dude, he destroyed that city.
No, that's what I said. I saw that clip and I was like, you want the guy who destroyed California to destroy the nation. Like, give me a fucking break, Bill.
You hate where California is, Bill.
It's a bizarre kind of alchemy of you sit around and you go, this is too much and this is too long and this is overregulated and this is whatever and we got to change the government. And then you go, when are you going to run for president?
Yeah, but he looks like the president. He looks like they would.
He's Trudeau,
dude.
Is the greatest psychopath. Him and Trudeau are the exact same guy.
Yes.
Good-looking guy because they know that the super progressive wives will all vote for him. Doesn't matter what he does. He's cute. I'm going to vote for him. And this is what you get.
Watch out.
Yeah, watch his parry that he does.
They cross their legs the same way.
They do.
Trudeau, when you don't have a cock and balls, you do a full fucking twisty with the legs.
Right.
And what you do is Trudeau does it and Gavin Newsom does it. They do the full chick leg cross, and that pulls the pant leg up, and it shows a little bit of your colorful sock, and then you signal to the world to go, all right, I know where that guy's
He's
standing.
one of us.
I know where he is. He wears colorful socks and crosses his leg like a chick. All right, sorry,
I know
go
you're
ahead.
the governor of everyone in the state, and those are. Can you name 3 people who ever wanted to go from Merced to Bakersfield? I mean, I feel like. I'm just saying, it's like.
Let me challenge the premise, because I think in many respects this goes to, I think, the state of the Democratic Party. And I mean this with respect.
All right, hold on. He's going to challenge the premise, which is they're asking for another $7 billion to finish a train. There is a restaurant around Westwood, but sort of on the west side. And it's an Italian restaurant, and it's like authentic Italian, and people always go, Frank Sinatra used to love to eat here. And it has a train up on the top, like there's like a shelf, like, 8 feet off, and it's a miniature train, and it just goes around in a circle, and Frank Sinatra would go there and have spaghetti. Yeah. And it's cute. That train is more impactful to most folks who live in California than this train. I would argue there are more people who go to that Italian restaurant and enjoy the train than there are going to be humans who live in California who don't have a vehicle that can make it from Merced to Bakersfield or something, and they're going to get on the non-bullet train. Like, it's at least as impactful. The train at Griffith Park, the miniature train that takes the little toddlers around in a circle is every bit as important as this train, which is not, but brings joy to people. Okay, I would make an argument for the Griffith Park miniature train before I would make an argument for the $7 billion extra to do this. And Bill is saying, who lives in Merced? Who lives in Bakersfield? Oh, no, wait. Who lives in Bakersfield and works in Merced? Like, I don't know what the scenario is, but name me 3 people that would use this train, and he's going to answer.
Let me challenge the premise, because I think in many respects this goes to, I think,
hand
the state
movement.
of
That's how you know he's lying.
And I mean this with respect. The Central Valley in California is one of the fastest growing parts of the state. It's predominantly rural, yes. It's predominantly Republican, yes. But it's an incredibly important part of the state. And I think we, at our own peril, we talk down to people in the Central Valley. And I think a lot of people extend that as part of the problem with the Democratic brand.
No one knows.
We talk down to people, we talk past people. I think it's an incredibly important part of the state, not just because I represent the state. By the way, that part of the state, probably the largest share of my recall vote. So I'm not saying that in the context of a political frame, but I am saying in the context of trying to meet people where they are and respect people. All of us want to be protected. We want to be respected. We want to be connected. And I think they have a right to have this.
Stop. When he turned into fucking Nipsey Russell.
When he went on that tour.
We don't be neglected.
Yeah.
Because he went on a tour to try to make a run for the 2024 election, and he got his lady dick kicked in, and now he's like, "Oh, I have to get out of my bubble and start trying to connect with the South, with the Midwest, and I have to say things like we have to care for people, even though this guy was more than ready to ban you from jobs because you didn't get the experimental shot."
But I was pumped that he was going to talk about the train, and then he didn't talk about the train at all.
But Bill, you got to circle back. I mean, listen, I interviewed the guy in this studio. It's all I did was stay on the same subject for 18 painful, glorious minutes.
The only other person besides myself, I would love to see you on this podcast.
Yes, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
But the reason you can't let him just get up there. Okay, so here's the deal. It's like if a cop pulls you over and goes, "You been drinking tonight?" You can't just hold your keys out the window and jingle them and go, "Hey, look at that. What's over there?"
Yeah.
And the cop goes, "Those are your keys." Now, have you been drinking tonight? And then you go, "Hey, let me see. I'll make a rabbit shadow on my dashboard. Let me use your flashlight." He goes, "No. I want to know if you've been drinking tonight." Right. And then you go, a lot of people, beer was originally made by the monks in 1420. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I want to know if you've been drinking. Like, that's the only way you can interview these guys, because they can't. They jingle their keys over here. We're going to talk about going down and not neglecting and prospecting and intersecting. He doesn't say a fucking thing. There's a train that nobody wants. We are bankrupt. You want more money. This sounds like the worst idea ever. So, all right.
What ensures that if you get the $7 billion, it will actually be used on it? You already got 20 bill, dude.
No one will ever go on that train. You will never go on that train. It will be zero impact. But let's listen to the rest of his answer, just because it's funny.
So I'm not saying that in the context of a political frame, but I am saying it in the context of trying to meet people where they are and respect people. All of us want to be protected. We want to be respected. We want to be connected. And I think they have a right to have this kind of investment.
So full.
What do you mean protected? He's talking about a train that's a waste of money. Respected. They don't want to be neglected.
No, he was framing it so that he's the protector against Bill Maher of the Central Valley people, but he didn't answer shit about the train.
No, he's on a tour to he basically has to convince people he's normal, essentially, which is a weird...
He's not American Psycho.
Yes, the concept is a flawed concept, which is you go, well, what do people want? Well, they want less government waste, they want lower taxes, they want cheap energy, and they want a secure border. Okay. What do you want? Well, I want the opposite of all that stuff. Okay. So now I have to convince them that I've changed my mind on all the shit that I used to want.
Yep.
And that's what Kamala Harris had to do. It's like, well, I thought you wanted to pay for prisoners of transition in jail. No. I thought you wanted to get rid of ICE. No. I thought you wanted to get rid of fracking. Yeah, but I was at the tender age of 57 and a half back then.
No, you're totally right.
Now I'm an adult. Now, that was a full 2.5 years ago. Now I'm wise age of 60. So then you have to go around and you have to convince everyone that you don't stand for all the shit you stood for 10 minutes ago. And my feeling... You got young girls.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're not a superstitious man. But what I'm saying, you got to make a decision, right? You go, me or Mayhem's got to babysit, right? And then I go, okay, all right. Now, listen, Mayhem, that's going to be a tough putt, but Mayhem's a good dude.
He's a good dude.
He's kept his nose clean.
Yeah.
He pays his taxes.
Yeah.
He's God-fearing. He's got a young boy. He's a family man. And he's a Christian. Okay, now I know I've said a lot of stuff about fucking 5-year-olds in the past, but that was in the past.
Yeah,
that was like I was like 56 when I talked about fucking 5-year-olds.
Yeah,
that's the old Adam.
Yeah,
the new Adam. I'm with Mayhem on this. I don't think anyone should be going anywhere near 5-year-olds sexually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of footage of me on the internet talking about fucking 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's the old Adam. So what I'm asking is you can only have one of us watch your kid.
Yeah.
I think I'm the man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that was like 2002 when I was talking about fucking 5-year-olds.
Totally different time.
I mean? It's a different time. And I know I talked something about stealing their toys and feeding them gummy bears and telling them not to brush their teeth before they went to bed. That's the old Adam. You understand? The new Adam, going to sit there. We're going to read the Bible. We go to bed early. We eat something nutritious, and everyone flosses before they go to bed. Now, sure, you could pick up your phone and see a lot of footage of me saying something the exact opposite of that. I'm at the Mambla retreat, talking to other man-boy love association guys and things of that nature. But that was 18 months ago.
Long time.
Okay, so if you can only hire one babysitter, I think this dude's the dude. Oh, hold on. And I care.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing's I care.
Yeah.
I care. Yeah, that's the difference. He doesn't. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I spent too much time on myself. He's God-fearing. He's Christian. He's a family man himself. He never got on a microphone and started talking about banging 5-year-olds. He never wanted to do that. But you know what? This guy may be racist. I think he's racist. Yeah, I think he's racist.
Your
He
kids
is.
aren't black, right?
You ever seen him wave? There's a picture of him waving.
I wish.
He's got his hand up. You know who else put his hand up? Hitler.
Yeah.
Go look it up. If you can find pictures of Mayhem waving. Well, it's not waving. He's dog whistle waving. He's wave whistling to his crowd. Okay, so this guy is either. This guy's rich too, by the way. You know, he's got a lot of money. He wants a big fat cat coming in here, lighting cigars with $100. But this guy's a billionaire.
Yeah.
You understand? He's a billionaire. He's racist.
Yeah.
He loves Putin.
Yeah.
This guy's Putin's.
Can't stop talking about
He's
it.
a cat.
it's true.
It's his cat's paw, whatever that is. That's what he is.
Mm-hmm.
He does Putin's bidding. So anyway, I used to be a pedophile. Fine, but I'm not a racist. I don't love. I'm not Hitlerian. There's pictures of me doing the same salute on the line, but that's different. That's like within a different context, you know. So I talked about being a pedophile a lot, but I was only in my mid-50s, and now I'm in my later 50s.
I'm a different guy.
I'm a different guy. I'm not racist. I'm not a billionaire, and I'm not in with Putin. Okay? So you kind of need me to watch the kids, I'm assuming. Unless you want to hire the racist.
Yeah.
You know,
Who am I? Which one am I going with?
Yeah, that's basically my...
If I'm
their
me,
sell.
when do you start Mayhem? If I'm a progressive 55-year-old, I'm going with Captain Good Looking over here.
I sold my Tesla, by the way.
Yeah,
you should know that.
This guy.
When I didn't sell it, but
Get the fuck out of here,
I put
Mayhem.
a sticker on it that said I bought the Tesla before I knew Elon was an asshole.
Yeah.
And so that kind of covers the Tesla.
Half your staff is gay, obviously.
I have a thing in my yard that says no humans illegal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even pedophiles, really, but that's not why I put it there.
I only hire trans now. That's all I do.
Yeah. That's what I do.
All the chicks here, big dicks. That's all happens
This
here.
guy
This guy
loves Hitler.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, he invents rockets and shit too.
Yeah,
but you know who else invented? The whole rocket program came out of Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Werner von Braun, probably a buddy of yours. That's why you like rockets. You and Hitler love your rockets. He had a V1. You love yourself some rockets, don't you?
Yeah.
Hitler. I don't care about rockets.
I live in California and you just burned down my house. I'm hiring you.
Yeah. He wanted to do deforestation, but I was worried about the milk thistle.
Yeah.
So I just said no.
The dune bug. You were worried about the tiny bugs.
I was worried about the delta smelt. That's why we don't have any water in the reservoir, and then we didn't clear the brush because I was worrying about milk thistle.
Yeah.
This guy wanted to fill the reservoirs
with water.
with racist water.
Dude, probably Aryan water.
I'd say it'd be the
Look at you, dude.
He's like, the tears of Jews is what he wanted to fill those reservoirs with.
Yeah, the tears of Jews. Dude, look at those tattoos. They're probably all Aryan Brotherhood tattoos, too.
All right, you just broke down the fourth wall because my mayhem in this fantasy doesn't have tattoos.
Exactly.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
All right, here's a nice bit of video. Memphis Repo man driver runs over his head trying to evade the tow. This is just a great video from TMZ.
That's a video.
A repo man in Tennessee is proving you gotta have a lot of brains to do the job. Here he is right here.
Repo man's got to be the worst fucking job of all time.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Oh, he's got a flatbed. Oh, he's going to pull the car up the flatbed.
And then I guess the lady or the driver gets into the car right here. He makes a decision to get underneath there. Oh, gets run right over.
The guy didn't see him there.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's
Well, the guy's
horrific.
pulling back in.
And the guy does not care.
The guy, all right, let me just stop it for a second.
Yeah.
So the guy backs the flatbed into the parking
can't get out.
space. So he can't get out. He's got a car to the right, a car to the left, and a building and a shrub behind him. The guy's going to hook up the front axle or whatever, and he's going to drag it up the flatbed. The camera is like the GoPro on the front of the flatbed facing down. The guy goes down to hook up the chain. I don't think the guy who's driving the flatbed saw him run around. Then the guy backs out because he's got to do a 10-point maneuver to get out of here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then ran over the guy's head.
Well, he exited through the shrub if you watch the video
All right,
all
let's
the way
keep
through.
watching
But
here.
yeah, let's watch it all. Ooh.
I do like he has a sort of Bonnie to his Clyde.
Yeah.
No, but
yeah.
she's awful. She should go in the truck.
This lady was
What
part
was
of the car. Yeah.
Oh,
on the
she's
car
with the
side.
guy.
She was friends with that guy
Who had the red car?
Exactly.
Yeah, she should jump in the truck
So,
and move it up.
Yeah.
But now this guy, you got a car that's eventually gonna get repoed, and now
Yeah.
you gotta you're gonna get arrested, right, for running over a dude?
Yeah, he sustained abrasions on his head. That man is wanted for reckless assault.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
the guy's in a neck brace.
I'm a little sympathetic because I drove off a tow truck before.
Yeah.
So I have experience driving off of tow trucks. Mine wasn't a flatbed. It was the Elon Musk rocket catching arm sling that the two prongs
Yeah,
that go out and lift it.
Bang, bang, yeah.
Lift it
You
up.
drove right off of it, backed right off of it.
Well, the guy towed the back of my car.
Oh yeah.
So
And you had front wheels driving?
no,
No, you just floor it.
it was a BMW. It was a 90 E36 BMW M3 6-speed with a rear wheel drive. So the tires were on the two arms that were like cupped up, and the car was at a 90-degree angle or something, 45 degree. It was towed. It was 3-4 feet off the back of the thing, and I was gonna let it go. Well, first the guy kept towing the car, and then I jump in the car and hit the brakes. And because I know a lot about cars, I know that most of the brake ballast is in the front wheels, because when you try to stop a car, you need more brake on the front because the weight is going forward. If you put it in the back just locks
Slides,
up,
yeah.
and it's got no weight on it because the weight is shifting.
Right.
So I know it's got, 65, 70% ballast in the front. So when the guy gets in the tow truck and starts towing me, I jump in the car and I hit the brake, and now he's dragging me and my front end through the parking lot of the 7-Eleven in Hollywood, So, and then he gets out of the car and starts yelling at me, and then I get out of the car and start yelling at him, and then he runs back to the tow truck. I run back to my car, and we do the same thing. And then at some point, I get out of the car. This is like midnight, and Tom Stern, who's plays Yergy.
What?
Can you find, Dawson? Can you find Windy City Heat? We were talking about that the other week on the show.
Love that
Yeah.
movie.
Oh, you love that movie. Okay. Tom Stern plays Yergy, the Russian rich porn producer who shows up and starts explaining that he wants more tits and ass if he's going to pay for Windy City, because they lose funding from their Japanese guys who are paying for it, Mr.
Very knocked
Hiroshima.
over all the food.
Yeah, and Yamasaki. So then Yergy shows up. So Yergy, Tom Stern is Yergy.
Yeah.
And Tom Stern is nuts. And he's out in the parking lot with me, and he's witnessing this whole thing going down.
You were parked in the red?
I was parked. It was after a Man Show taping. We used to go out and we'd go to a billiards place in Hollywood and all have our little after party. It was perfect. It was a Man Show. It was like beers, people, pool. We just fucking hang out and drink beers and play pool at night. Like 10 at night. So Tom's working with us, directing because he directed all our monkeys.
If you haven't seen Windy Sea Heat,
There you
it
go.
is the funniest movie ever made. It is so funny, dude.
This is Yergi. Oh, we'll find Yergi. Sorry.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, that's Yergi. That's Tom. So, all right, if you have Yergi, play Yergi. It cracks me up. And that's the fridge.
I know exactly what's sicko, and I'm gonna find him. I know exactly what's sick. Oh, and I'm gonna find him.
Cut. Yeah.
One thing.
Yeah.
Is it too late to get Carson Daly?
Carson Daly is a fucking pussy.
No, we're married to Barry. I mean, that won't affect the financing, will it?
Carson Daly does not work.
I trust your vision.
Okay, good.
Yurgi, give him a chance. You go get him.
Thank you. When Yurgi mentioned bringing back Carson Daly, it's like, wait a second. Carson's not Italian like I'm Italian. Carson Daly, he's a Jew boy trying to be a wop.
Okay, I think we put Nadia in. Give Nadia a crack at it.
What?
He used to put his horse in the movie.
That was great, sweaty Lana.
Yuri, do you think it's gonna match?
Don't worry about that.
All right, let's go again. Bridge, you all set?
Ready?
Okay, you really want to go through that door. And act.
The fridge.
They took the fridge, Stone. How am I supposed to chill food? How?
Cut. All right, that was great, folks.
Okay, Scott, I got
The fridge is fridge.
All right.
Yeah.
Bob Scott, look. Listen.
Here comes Yergi
That's so
again.
cool. The fridge is fridge.
Barry, shut up. I read the script.
Yeah.
I think it needs a rim job scene.
Rim job?
No, it's not what you think. A rim job is when you eat someone's ass.
Okay, all right, anyway. So that's fucking Yergi.
Okay.
Who's Tom Stern, who's hanging out with us because he directs all our monkey bits. Because he's nuts, you know. And he comes running out there, and he sees me going back and forth with the tow truck driver and jumping in the car. And at some point, he starts unlashing my tire from like the driver's side. He just starts undoing the tie down, and he just yells at me, "Undo the tie down." And I'm on the other side of the car, and I know how to undo tie down, so I fucking undid the tie down, and he goes, "Get in the car, go for it." And I'm like, "All right, Yergi." I just jumped in the car, slammed the door, fired it up, popped it in first, and it was like dropped it, fucking threw some revs at it because I knew I was gonna have to get out of this tow truck and I knew it was rear wheel drive, and I just fucking sucked off, boom, on the ground, fucking sped off into the night. Just got home, shut all the lights, put the car in the fucking garage, and just sat there waiting for the cops to show up like the whole time. I was like,
my God.
I was like, the cops are, this fucking guy's got my license plate. Like the cops are just going to show up.
Man, what'd you do in your last life that you're a repo man?
I don't know. This guy had his girlfriend with him.
Oh my God. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's hilarious,
I go, come on, man, just leave. And he goes, I can't show up without a car. I can't go back to the repo yard without a car. I go, does it ever happen where you get a call and by the time you get there, the car's left? And he goes, yeah, all the time. I go, well, just tell him that's what happened. Just tell him you showed up and then the guy was gone, you know? I'll give you some money. He's like, no. So we drove off.
Unbelievable.
But I
Should have taken the cash.
I wouldn't have done it without Yergi.
Shout out Yergi.
Shout out to Yergi, who fucking inspired me. I wasn't
talk
gonna
about
do it.
another great name, Yergi, dude.
Yergi, the Russian.
You're producing porn.
Well,
Yergi.
if Yorgi was crazy, you might like this guy. A New Jersey police chief is accused of sticking a subordinate with the hypodermic needle on the penis, pooping on the floor, spiking the coffee pot with Adderall and Viagra, and yeah, it's on right now.
And it's almost like, do you I mean, based on the picture we're seeing, he looks like that guy. And like, it's almost like, are you predestined to become this guy? Because that is the guy that looks like he would do all that.
Yeah, you grew into that. Like, all racists look like racists.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
maybe it's not their fault. Maybe they just looked like racists and they grew into it,
100%.
you know?
Yeah, they say the unsavory antics were part of a culture of humiliation, harassment, and vulgarity that the North Bergen police chief Robert Fairley allegedly fostered within the department since he took charge last year. Say the cops that are preparing to sue him. He's also accused of sneaking hot peppers into officers' food, sending sex toys and gay pride flags to the home of a cop, and tossing eggs in a fit of anger. Now,
some of that stuff's
some
funny.
of it's fine.
Yeah.
Most of it's fine.
Well, yeah, that's the funny thing is that the rest of the police department stand behind him.
Yeah,
and
I mean, the
don't want
pooping
anything done to
thing
him.
and the sticking me with needles, let's cut that out. Sending gay pride flags is hilarious.
I had a guy. You know, a Snapple has the big mouth on it. I had a guy put his dick in my Snapple and stir it around,
Dude,
and then put it back on my desk.
I once
drank
sucked my
it.
dick in Steve Burns' chicken sandwich when he went out to eat, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna stick my dick in the sandwich just to watch him eat it, and he ate it, and it was so funny. And then I told him like 5 years later, and we weren't friends for about 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's fine.
That's fine.
All this stuff is fine. The drugging stuff, that's a little different. I used to piss in the coffee pot at the Man Show all the time.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, because the coffee pot was upstairs and the writer's room was on the 3rd floor in the writer's room. And the writers had their own bathroom up on the 3rd floor of our building, and they would fucking destroy the bathroom. I'd show up there, there'd be newspaper all over the fucking floor. They'd piss all over it. It was like a cage for a hamster.
Gas station bathroom.
Yeah, they destroy it. They wouldn't flush the toilet, blow it up,
Oh, I hate
And I
that.
just go, you know what, fuck you guys. So I went to their coffee pot at the end of the hall, which is always funny because it was right by the window. That was at the end of the halls, and I just fucking pissed that. I fill that thing up with my golden piss, and I put it back, and the way the sun would hit it was just perfect coming through the window. And I'd go, there's your fucking piss pot, riders. Get
Dude,
your
that's
shit
great.
together. Yeah, no one ever sued me.
Yeah.
Well, you'll appreciate this. They say Chief Farley.
Daniel, our executive producer, first off, the only bathroom he ever shit in was my dressing room bathroom. Like, he wouldn't shit in the writer's room. He wouldn't shit. He'd go to the stage, go to my bathroom, go into my dressing room, leave a fucking huge log in there, and then leave. He would never flush it.
Back when men could be men.
Well, they're saying that Chief Farley has on several occasions pulled his pants down and defecated on the floor in front of his entire office
I need more context to this one.
I've was it a bet? Was money
it was
on the
a bet.
line?
Yeah, and he had a couple beers.
Was he showing you how they shit in China? What was he doing?
Was it after 5 p.m.?
Yeah,
I need to know more before I'm going to judge.
One
Was it
time-
a weekday? I need to know things, you know?
Well, he even pooped in a trash can of an office he was moving out of, so the next police official moving in wouldn't find it.
This is
That's
all fine.
funny.
This is all fine.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I wish I shit in that coffee
When
pot.
Farley allegedly put hot peppers in another employee's
Fine.
food and
This is
heated
all
it in a
fine.
microwave, fumes emanating from the stunt caused one lieutenant to get sick.
Oh, fuck
Oh,
off. You
wow.
can't
I've
turn
got
in your
sand in my
shield.
All right,
vagina.
all right. Well, how do you guys feel about this? Chief Farley has also tampered with the office coffee by adding prescription medications such as Adderall and Viagra, causing staff to inadvertently experience the effects of these substances without their consent.
I need more context here.
Viagra doesn't bother me. Like, what are you like? You're just walking around rock hard, loving fighting crime.
Diamond cutter dick.
Also, it's not always. There needs to be context. Like when the guy put his dick in the Snapple, it had turned out he thought it was my Snapple, but it was another guy who worked at the radio station.
That's so
Snapple,
funny,
and he'd
dude.
watch that guy walk in and pick up the Snapple. It was sitting on my desk, but he just set. I didn't have a desk. He just like set a Snapple down. Anyway, they thought it was mine. It wasn't mine. So we need context.
That is so
you know what I
funny,
mean? Yeah, you knew it was Steve Burns' sandwich, though, didn't you?
Yeah, and I watched him and I laughed, and we all had a great time until he got too serious. But that's what guys do. That's the funny stuff that guys do.
Didn't talk to you for 5 years.
5 years.
Are you cut or uncut?
I'm cut.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's no big deal. Uncut.
Exactly, dude.
Well, you got a little pre-fused cheese on there or something.
that's it.
Yeah, uncut. Yeah,
Just
uncut's
know,
a situation, but
I made
you're
love
cut.
to that sandwich, so it wasn't done out of like brutality or anything like
Egg
that.
salad, or sorry, was it chicken salad or just chicken?
It was grilled chicken.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah, I agree.
Look. If you say to me, look, this was chicken salad and I'm uncut, I'm like, all right, I get Steve. I can be a little hot around the collar about this, but grilled chicken and you're fully circumcised. This is you know what? Let me keep it in the realm of food. This is a nothing burger.
Yeah,
That's what I would have told him.
It's a real nothing burger. I totally
salad,
agree.
one thing.
Yeah.
Uncut,
Agreed.
another. Circumcised.
This chief
Chicken
needs us
breast.
on his jury.
He
did nothing wrong.
Nullification.
All I'd do is I'd go, my buddy Ray, and that's all I'd say, and then the rest of the story would be so disgusting
agree,
to
dude.
everybody in the audience that they never convict.
Hey, I agree, dude.
Or at least I should preside over this with hard-hitting questions like, chicken salad, chicken breast.
You actually got me off. This is like,
gotten
not
off.
guilty.
If you've
gotten off,
I didn't finish on the sandwich, though. I tell you that. I did not do that. I'm not that much of a savage.
All right, let's bring it home, Mayhem.
All right.
Sam, let me give you some plugs.
Thank you.
It's got podcast Conspiracy Social Club, a.k.a. Deep Waters, out there. Tinfoil Hat, of course, as well. Live shows all over the place, samtripoli.com. Me heading to San Diego at the American Comedy Club,
Great
doing
club.
stand-up there. Yeah, you like it there, huh?
Yeah.
I think I've been there. I can't remember. April 11th and 12th. Go to adamcarolla.com for all the live shows, because I'm everywhere. And until next time, it's Adam Carolla from AM and Sam Tripoli saying mahalo.